Hi, Dr. Alina Kolchitsky, Boutique Bodyworks. I'm here today to show you a variation on a favorite these days, which is avocado toast. And I don't normally eat bread, but I do occasionally. And when I do, if it's at home, I try to choose a really healthy bread. I like a sprouted grain if I'm going to eat gluten, wheat. And so if it's sprouted, it's a little better for your digestion, and it's whole grain, not processed. So when you eat grains, you want to make sure that they're whole and not highly processed. And so a lot of whole wheat breads are still highly processed. So make sure that you're choosing a whole grain bread, not just what's labeled as whole wheat, because it can be deceptive with what's allowed with labeling laws in the United States and Canada. Okay, so that being said, I'm going to show you a variation that is highly nutritious and high in protein while being plant-based. Plant-based meaning mostly from plants, but not exclusive. So I am going to put cheese. Obviously that's from dairy, and that comes from cows or sheep or what have you, but it's not plant, right? So it is going to contain cheese. If you cannot tolerate, or if you're allergic, or if you abstain from dairy, then by all means skip the cheese. Instead, you could choose a vegan cheese or just not have cheese at all, okay? You could also substitute it with a spread for flavor, because the cheese I'm going to choose today is a sharp aged Irish cheddar. It gives a lot of umami, or that wonderful rich flavor. And so it really is a nice touch to this recipe that I've created. But if you want to add flavor without using cheese, then I'm going to recommend that you either use some kind of spread with flavor, but again, a minimally processed one, such as babaganoush, which is made from roasted eggplant, a hummus from, blended, we call it garbanzos or chickpeas with tahini and lemon, which you could make yourself. You can store buy them, of course, but again, you won't have as much control over the ingredients. I always like to make things myself when possible. Okay, so let's move on. So I'm going to show you how to make this recipe. Again, it's not going to take very long. Right now it's 5:04 p.m. So I'm making this for dinner as kind of a I eat light at dinner. So let's get started. We're going to saute some veg to put on top, because I like my meals to be dense in vegetables. It's going to be in the form of spinach today. So you always hear we should eat leafy greens every day. Doesn't mean they have to be raw, that you have to be eating salads and feel like you're a rabbit, as meat eaters often say. No, not at all. You can saute your dark leafy greens. So we're going to use a spinach kale mix, baby, that is organic, of course, and saute that and put that on top of our toast. So let's get started. First, I keep my bread frozen because otherwise it wouldn't last, because I eat it so infrequently. So let's pull it out. It's going to need time to thaw. Now when you eat a whole grain product, such as this one, let's see, what's the brand on here? It's a sprouted grain seed bread. Okay, I buy this in the frozen section, gluten-free section actually is where they keep this one. It's going to have more protein. So for those people who are worried about eating plant-based and being not enough protein, I'm going to show you there is a lot of protein in this dish, okay? So there's only 90 calories in one slice, and the amount of protein, let me find it, is 5 grams. So by having 2 slices, I already have 10 grams of protein. And if you have 20 to 30 grams of protein in one meal, you're doing pretty well. So I'm going to take out 2 pieces. Okay, they're this size. Let them thaw while we prepare everything else. Put this back in the freezer right away. Okay, so to flavor, we want onion, we want garlic, good old garlic. Which one's already open? And our sharp cheddar. Since we're doing 2 slices, you could use a whole avocado. Honestly, I feel like half is good enough, so I'm going to use up the other half from today. The other magical ingredient we're going to use for protein is kidney beans, which I pre-soaked overnight and cooked in my Instant Pot yesterday. So I've got them to use up as we go through the week. Okay, it's not that one. Okay, so first let's get out our extra virgin olive oil to put in the pan. This recipe obviously doesn't require that much prep. Let you see. There we go. If you're watching this first time of my cooking videos, this is one kind I like. It is non-GMO. You can also buy one that's organic. It's in a green, so a dark glass bottle, not plastic. It's made by a family farm that's been making it forever in Tunisia. And I'm putting in about 2 tablespoons. You could use just one if you are anti-fat. You do need healthy fats, however, for your brain function and neural function and hormones, to produce hormones. So be careful about being afraid of fats as long as they are healthy fats. Okay, so let's see. We got our cutting board. All right, let's put a little more light. So I'm going to use up the rest of this onion. Need a knife. So as you all know, unless this is your first time listening to me, I consume always in my meals some onion and garlic, because not just for flavor, but for the sulfur compounds. The allium family being the onion family, so leeks included, shallots and so on. That includes garlic, helps us to get enough sulfur in our diet, which is required for methylation, which is necessary for every single cellular process in our body. So we need sulfur. Okay, so just kind of chop that up, diced it a bit. You could make it smaller if you prefer. It's good enough for me. Okay, these tubes I have of garlic are a little bit small, so I'm going to use 2 of them. When you cook spinach or any leafy green, it evaporates the water, so it reduces in size significantly. So we're going to be putting quite a bit of raw spinach in the pan because it's going to reduce down to a small amount once it's cooked. Okay, let's get that finely diced or minced. You could use a garlic press. I just am too lazy to clean one. I mean, I do this every day, so I just find it easier to just do it by hand. Now when you're cooking it, so it does reduce the potency somewhat. So if you're worried about bad breath, well, cooking it helps to reduce the compounds so that you don't have such bad breath. But if you need to worry about that because you work with people or what have you face to face, then save it for a meal after you're done seeing people face to face. Okay, so we're going to start cooking that on medium low. While that's cooking, I'm going to toast my bread. Okay. So bread is in the toaster. Got my beans handy. Let's get a plate handy. And we will start cutting the cheese. That's my cat, Honey. Hi, Honey. Okay, so I like to use a cheese, though creamy cheeses can taste delicious. Old hard cheeses are better for us if we're eating cheese. They have less fat and they do have some properties that are really good for us. So they also create really wonderful flavors. So I have a really nice aged cheddar from Ireland. I'm going to cut it as thinly as I can. So for each slice of toast, I'm going to have about 3 thin slices of this. Now with sharp cheddar, as you see the way it cuts, it's a little bit, it can flake, right? Because it's drier with the lack of cream. Now with 49 grams, so that's 2 ounces of cheese, you're getting about 10 grams of protein. So we have 10 grams of protein from the bread and now 10 grams of protein from the cheese. So we've already got 20 grams of protein. When we add the kidney beans to the mix, then we're really rocking and got a high protein diet. And don't forget, vegetables have protein too. So spinach, for every 100 grams of raw spinach, you've got, how much? 5 grams of protein. So that's not bad at all. Okay, let's stir this. What else does spinach have? Well, it's high in folate. It also has lots of antioxidants, including lutein and zeaxanthin. Both of those antioxidants help eye function and can actually help prevent macular degeneration and cataracts, the 2 most common causes of blindness, and they can even reverse eye disease. That's pretty amazing. Okay, so as I said, we're going to put a lot of spinach because it's going to cook down quite a bit. Okay, so I've got about 2 cups of raw spinach. Yeah, make sure you get rid of the ones that go bad. Sometimes with these containers, you have to be careful. This is pre-washed, triple washed, so that's why I did not wash it. I'm going to turn the heat down because we don't want the spinach to overcook. And then I did hear the toaster pop, so the bread is ready. So I've got my heat down to low, and I'm turning this continuously. Really only takes a couple of minutes to cook, not long at all. It's already almost done. So I don't add salt in the process of advanced cooking, but I do add it towards the prep stage of meals. So I am going to add a little bit of salt to this to flavor it, and pepper, some black pepper. So grind that. You know what you like, how much, so I'm not going to tell you how much to do. You learn from practice what you like in terms of quantity. So spinach is also high in vitamin K1, which is necessary for blood clotting. If you have a condition, heart condition, where you're on blood thinners, then you may not want to be eating lots of spinach, and it may not be safe for you, so make sure you talk to your doctor before eating spinach if you're on blood thinners or have any heart condition, okay? Otherwise, it's safe to eat spinach every day. So this is the consistency I've got it down to. I'm gonna set that aside, let it stay warm in the pan, but it's ready to spread on top of our avocado toast. Okay, let me grab the bread. So we're going to place the cheese on the bread, because then I'm going to melt it in the microwave. It just is so much better. The flavors come out. so we're ready to put that in the microwave. Depending how hot your microwave is will depend on the time. I'm just gonna put it in for about a minute. Okay, so the other things that are beneficial with spinach include the vitamin K, as I said, so that can be a good thing unless you have a heart condition. Also vitamin A and vitamin C. Vitamin C is important for immune function and tissue, cellular growth and repair. And vitamin A is good for vision, among other things. And so spinach is really high in both of those vitamins. Lots of antioxidant, lots of fiber. It's low in calories, and most of the calories come from fiber. And this is the kind of fiber that is insoluble, so you don't digest it, it passes through you. So it's a bulking agent in your digestive function, and it basically helps to clean the colon, right? So that's a good thing to prevent diverticulosis and colon diseases like polyps and all that kind of stuff, right? So insoluble fiber is important. It also helps to reduce the risks of heart disease and high blood pressure. And spinach in studies have been shown to do that. So it's bubbling. You see my cheese from melting it for a minute. Okay, we're now going to spread the avocado on top. So let's bring the avocado over. Okay, let's go back a bit. So I've got half avocado, and I'm going to put a quarter of an avocado, or half of this half, on one slice. So kidney beans are high in protein. 1 cup has 18 grams. So there you go. Just even adding half a cup of kidney beans to our recipe, plus the spinach protein, we've got 30 grams of protein in this dish. So who said you cannot get enough protein from a plant-based diet doesn't know what they're talking about. And the animal protein is known to cause our famous chronic diseases that America suffers from, including cancer, heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, Alzheimer's, just to name a few. Okay, so we have that spread. Next, we're going to put on the beans. So again, I pre-cooked my kidney beans. Kidney beans are also high in folate, like spinach. Oh, and spinach also has iron, as does kidney beans. Now, I should also mention that spinach has calcium and oxalates both. And oxalates sometimes interfere with they do interfere with certain types of medications. So again, make sure that your medications, if you're on them, it's safe to have spinach because of the oxalates produced in them that could interfere with absorption of your medication. So I'm putting about a half a cup in total, so about a quarter cup on each slice of toast. Now I'm missing, telling you exactly everything that these wonderful foods have in terms of their health benefits. There's many more. Antioxidants of all kinds, which help us prevent or reverse oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is just inevitable. As a human, when we consume things, when we breathe oxygen, we create oxidative stress, which is the term for the physiological function of producing free radicals in the body. It's a byproduct of metabolism, cellular function. So antioxidants are necessary to reduce those free radicals. And beans and spinach are high in antioxidants. Okay, I'll put these back in the fridge. And lastly, we take our cooked spinach with the onion and the garlic, and we spread it. We spread it on top of our toast. And And I guarantee you, thanks to the fiber in the bread, the beans, the avocado, and the spinach, and the healthy fats from the olive oil and the avocado, we're gonna feel full. So this is a meal right here. And doesn't it look delicious? And this is mostly plants other than some cheddar cheese. And again, if you're choosing cheese, choose wisely, not too much, not every meal, maybe not even every day, but a little here and there is okay. May even be healthy in small quantities if you're not allergic or lactose intolerant. Right, and we are done. So I'm going to be eating this with a fork and knife because it is kind of like a meal and it's going to be messy. And doesn't that look delicious? It is delicious, believe me. So try it. And again, we've got 30 grams of protein at least in this meal. Wonderful antioxidants of all kinds, vitamins A, C, K1, folate and iron, and calcium, though it's the less absorbable kind when it comes from dark leafy greens. So pairing it with citric acid in the form of, you could squeeze some lemon juice, you could have some water with lemon on the side as what your choice of beverage to be. It helps absorb the calcium because the cation binds, with the anion, and so together they help each other be absorbed when combined. Yeah, it's a delicious meal, high in protein, high in fiber, which again not only helps to clean the colon and prevent certain diseases of that that happen from constipation and not enough fiber, but also help feed the good bacteria of your gut. And eating dark leafy greens every day is also helps to prevent cancers of all kinds. It's been shown to be beneficial for cancer of the breast, cervix, among others. So consider, how having spinach or kale or both. It does not have to be raw, especially if you suffer with digestion issues. And that on beans issue, a lot of people complain that they have gas and bloating and it's intolerable. Start small. Start with just eating a tablespoon once a week, and then gradually increase that to a couple times a week, 3 times a week, and then every day. And then maybe the next week, after you're tolerating it every day, increase it to 2 tablespoons once a week. The other day is 1 a day, and so on. Do you get the idea? And so you increase like that incrementally until you're tolerating about half to 1 cup of legumes every day in your diet. It's so important in terms of not just having a healthy plant-based protein, but the fiber and the type of fiber we get in beans. It's a resistant starch, and so it makes us feel full. It helps prevent diabetes and lower blood sugar, and it helps us not only to lower those blood sugar spikes and insulin spikes, which prevent diabetes and Alzheimer's, also make us feel full and feed the good gut bacteria. So I hope that gives you a nice idea for avocado toast that can be delicious and nutritious and a healthy meal. Bye for now. Check my other YouTube videos for other recipe ideas that are to help you reverse and prevent chronic diseases if you are diligent about what you put on your plate, including reducing animal products, eating whole foods, and mostly plants. Thank you, and bye for now.